Hello and welcome to the channel. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu some few weeks ago fired the country's service chiefs and hired new ones. Only yesterday, news filtered of the benefits the sacked officers will be entitled to. Now, those mouth-watering benefits are not without an ulterior motive, as there were plans to actually overthrow the Tinubu new government. All will be revealed shortly. Subscribe, like, share, and comment. Thank you. Tinubu gave sacked Nigerian military chiefs mouth-watering benefits to avert overthrow of his government, Sowore. Human rights activist and presidential candidate of the African Action Congress AAC, Omoyele Sowore, has stated that the reason behind the Nigerian government's approval of mouth-watering benefits for the recently sacked service chiefs was to avert an overthrow of President Bola Tinubu's government. Sahara reporters had last week reported that Tinubu approved the immediate removal of all the previous service chiefs and the Inspector General of Police, advisors, and the Comptroller General of Customs from service and appointed their replacements with immediate effect in June. The Punch had also on Saturday reported that the Chief of Defense Staff and the service chiefs got bulletproof sport utility vehicles, personal aids, guards, and other perks of office, including generous allowance for medical treatment abroad as retirement benefits. The benefiting senior military officers are the immediate past Chief of Defense Staff, General Lucky Irabo, Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahaya, Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Awal Gambo, and Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Isiaka Amao. Reacting to this in a tweet on Saturday, Sowore described this development as a hint to believe claims that there were plots by the military authorities to topple the Tinubu government, especially when he was to leave Nigeria for France about 2 weeks ago. Sowore said, "These mouth-watering retirement offers to these suddenly retired Nigerian military top brass sound like they held Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu at Abat Media Center to ransom because they knew something the public didn't know about his presidency and selection. I think the rumor of their plan to take out at official Abat before his return from France might be true after all. So far, the interests of ordinary Nigerians have been sacrificed to get Tinubu's power consolidated." Sowore also tackled the president for removal of the fuel subsidy to please global economic stakeholders while creating more hardship to Nigerians. He continued, "To the World Bank and IMF, he removed fuel subsidy and commenced defunding public education to make foreign investors and currency speculators happy. He floated the naira to please his political friends. He raided the offices of the official EFCC and carted away sensitive criminal investigations materials related to and of PEPs. And to keep the military boys happy, he gave them mouth-watering, never heard before, retirement benefits. #Revolution Now." Subscribe, like, share, and comment. Also, turn the notification bell on. Thank you. Recall that the Chief of Defense Staff and service chiefs who were retired by President Bola Tinubu on Monday, June 19, 2023, are to get bulletproof sport utility vehicles, personal aids, guards, and other perks of office, including generous allowance for medical treatment abroad as retirement benefits. The Harmonized Terms and Conditions of Service for Officers of the Armed Forces of Nigeria 2017 revised, which was exclusively obtained by Saturday Punch and marked as restricted, listed the benefits of the retired generals upon leaving the respective services. Section 11.8 of the HTA COS 2017, a revised version of the HTA COS 2012, listed the benefits of a retiring CDS and service chiefs to include one bulletproof SUV or equivalent vehicle to be maintained by the service and to be replaced every 4 years, Peugeot 508 or equivalent backup vehicle, and 5 domestic aides made up of 2 service cooks, 2 stewards, and a civilian gardener. Each of them is also entitled to an aide-de-camp and security officer, special assistant of a lieutenant and captain or equivalent, or personal assistant of the rank of warrant officer or equivalent, and 9 standard guards of 9 soldiers. The immediate past CDS and service chiefs are also entitled to 3 service drivers, 1 service orderly, escorts to be provided by the appropriate military units and formations as the need arises, and free medical cover in Nigeria and abroad. They are also to retain all military uniforms and accoutrements to be worn for appropriate ceremonies, as well as personal firearms. However, such firearms shall be retrieved by the relevant services upon the death of the beneficiaries. Section 11.19 of the HTACOS 2017 also listed the retirement benefits of all Lieutenant General for the Nigerian Army, Vice Admiral for the Navy, and Air Marshal for the Air Force to include 2 Peugeot 508 cars or 1 Toyota Land Cruiser, 2 cooks, 2 stewards, 4 residential guards, 1 service orderly, 2 service drivers, free medical treatment in the country and abroad to the tune of $20,000 yearly. Meanwhile, many major generals and equivalents in the Navy and Air Force are expected to apply for voluntary retirement latest by Monday, following the appointment of a new CDS and service chiefs by the President. In the HTACOS, however, the retirement benefits for a Major General in the Army, Rear Admiral in the Navy, and Air Vice Marshal in Air Force, who are 2-star officers, include 1 Peugeot 508, a cook, a steward, 2 residential guards, 1 service orderly, 1 service driver, free medicals in Nigeria and abroad to the tune of $15,000 per year. They are 1-star officers who are brigadier generals, commodore, and air commodore upon retirement are entitled to 1 Peugeot 408, a service driver, 2 residential guards, 1 service orderly, and free medicals locally and abroad to the tune of $10,000 each. For colonels, captains, and group captains in the Army, Navy, and Air Force, respectively, each of them is expected to go with a Peugeot 301 or another car of the same value and free medical cover in the country. That's the news, guys. Thanks for listening. Until next time, bye.